for a conference volleyball game. Tonight's contest is between the Skyhawks of Deer Valley and your Lady Knights. At this time, I'd like to announce that the Arizona Interscholastic Association, with mutual agreement of these two schools, subscribes to the 6 pillars of character and sportsmanship. These teams would like to remind you that sportsmanship and the objectives of educational athletics are what set this event apart from other levels of competition. U.S. fans, please join us in exemplifying these values. Now let's meet the team's lineups for today's contest, beginning with the Skyhawks. Starting for Deer Valley, number 5, Carson Shuck. Number 11, Emmy Fellon. Number 13, Gabby Gloria. Number 14, Caitlin Brown. Number 15, Bailey Fuchs. Number 18, Tatum Stelper. And number 22, Elizabeth Rupp. The Skyhawks are coached by Kathy Wallace, assisted by Chris Coleman, Aisha Hart, and Sharon Martinez. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. It's time to meet your 2019 Varsity Lady Knights volleyball team. Starting for the Knights, number 1, Taylor Thompson. The Saturday night, number 5, Reese Myers. On the outside, number 8, Savannah Seneca. In the middle, number 12, Maddie Dara. On the outside, number 14, Rylan Smith. In the middle tonight, number 15, Tara Pierce. Your libero for the Lady Knights is number 23, Ashlyn Tibbetts. The Knights are coached by Gary Thompson and assisted by Tim Rodriguez. Tonight's officials are Mike Slutabo and Roger Berger. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Skyhawks are able to get another point. Another point there for the Skyhawks. Making it 4-3. Favor of Deer Valley. Nice D there by the Knights, getting up there to stop that. Skyhawks able to save it coming out of the net. And that front line there for the Skyhawks able to stop the Knights' attack.
Deer Valley serve goes long and around. Point over to the Knights.
Here comes Ace.
Serving for the Knights is Savannah Seneca, and she starts off the serve with an ace.
Another ace there for Seneca.
All right, we got the second headset working again.
Hey, there we go.
We apologize for that, folks. The little gremlin just decided to take out the second headset in the middle of broadcast. Knights keeping it alive. Up 7-5.
Skyhawks able to find that corner where no Knights were at.
Number 7, Malaya Reynolds. And number 1, Avery Dunn. Serving for the Skyhawks is going to be number 1.
Skyhawks able there to stop that and got their D up.
Knights thought they had that one on the shot.
Yep. 7-7 Skyhawks.
Slip of the foot you saw there, just tripped her up. She was going to go for it, but gravity had different ideas.
Serving for the Knights is going to be number 12, Maddie Kara. Subbing in for the Knights is number 15, Kara Pierce.
A little too much power there on that spike.
Knights up now, 9-7.
Nice effort there.
Both players back onto the court. Good defense, though, by the Skyhawks. Yeah, one huge shout out to the Skyhawks. They're number 1 in the 4A division, and we can see why. The Knights hanging with them right now.
Knights seem to be trying to get that little soft little floater over the net, but
the Skyhawks just staying in the air as long as they need to pull it down. Nice, powerful serve.
Over the net.
You know, that's the second time number 7 has slipped. She might need to check her shoes. Same foot also.
That front line for the Skyhawks, when they go up for a spike, I mean, they go up for a spike.
Yes, it's no doubt about it. I mean, and the sets are absolutely almost perfect. Now Knight slipping on the other side. We need to check if they maybe waxed the floor a couple times since the Knights are on break. That one goes out of bounds off the block. I want to shout out to Bob for joining us, as well as Katie. Thank you all for joining us. Thank everybody for joining us. As the Skyhawks versus Knights, game 1, best 3 out of 5. There's that set I'm talking about. I mean, just, you cannot draw it better than that.
Oh, that was well played. And I mean, the velocity on that spike, I mean, I think if the Knight was even able to get under the ball, it was still not going to go where they wanted it. It's still going to be a point for the Skyhawks. Point for the Knights.
12-all.
Checking in for the Knights is number 23, Ashlyn Tibbetts. Tibbetts will also be serving.
Tibbetts, one of our highest servers on score. Looking to keep that streak alive. Oh, too much power on that one.
And the Knights hit goes long. Not a bounce. Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 13, Gabby Gloria.
Short serve there by the Skyhawks, but able to find it, get over the net and find an area where the Knights were not able to hit it.
Knights pick up that one, just touching the corner. Julie Brown, thank you for joining us. We're glad to be announcing here. We try to make it to every home game we can. And we beg to be sent to away games. Just touched the edge of the net, brought it down.
Another strong spike there by the Skyhawks.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 21, Amanda Hart. Serving for the Skyhawks, looks to be number 15, Fuchsias.
Nice effort there by the Knights.
That was a new version of a set, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be pretty, just as long as they get the point, right?
They don't ask how, they ask how many. Knights unable to pull it out.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 7, Malaya Reynolds, and number 1, Avery Dunn. Dunn will also be serving.
16-15, the Knights able to hang point for point so far.
Ace there for the Skyhawks. Out of bounds.
I believe Mr. Berger interfered with that one.
I think so too.
Yeah, we're not going to give him sympathy for being in a sling.
Nice little tip there for the Knights.
But right there, you saw the back row of the Skyhawks just come right up when they saw it coming. Coach Thompson's calling the timeout. We're Havasu Online TV live from the arena. Skyhawks lead 19-15. We'll be back.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
We're back from commercial break. Skyhawks 19, Knights 15. Coach Thompson looking to change the pace by calling that timeout, break the momentum. And it looks like that worked for her.
Yeah, like we saw during that timeout, Coach Thompson instructing her girls on how to set up the ball.
Now, and Coach Thompson played here years ago, so she knows what it's like playing at this home against Deer Valley also. Out on that one, Knights move up 17-19.
There's that power again from the Skyhawks front line.
Well, and we were watching in the pregame, and we were making jokes that we've always seen the spike warm up with the underclassmen, and the Skyhawks underclassmen look scared.
I have to admit, I was kind of scared for them.
I was too. You know, these young ladies, very talented.
Knights
Touches the corner. Knights are doing a great job. I mean, it's one thing to say that you're playing against the number one team in the 4A division, but when you're keeping up with them point for point, that speaks volumes as well.
Number 11, Emmy Kellens will also be serving.
3-point advantage here for the Skyhawks.
Able to save it. Skyhawks save that one and turn it around to another point. Now 22-18. Second and third effort doesn't go the Skyhawks' way. Knights pull it out. 19-22. That was a good year. 1922.
I wasn't around then. But.
I'll tell you about it someday. Knights not giving up. Neither are the Skyhawks. Out of bounds. Advantage of the Skyhawks, 23-19. Both teams, though, not giving up on either of that point. Knights needing to get the serve back here. Game point. Whistle goes, points goes to the Knights. Knights now 20-24. Knights now need to go on a 6-point win streak. Tibbetts is the one that could do it for them.
Game
25-20. We'll be back in a little bit. We're Havasu Online TV live from the arena. Knights versus the Skyhawks. Back with game 2 in a moment.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
And we're back for game 2. Knights looking to get some redemption. Deer Valley has dominated freshman JV and now pulled out the last game for game 1.
Like we said during that first game, I mean, the Knights were able to stay around. They stuck around there for a while, but
Yeah, because we do have to let our viewers know that Skyhawks aren't just any normal team. This is #1 in Division 4A. So the fact the Knights are going point for point with them is very impressive.
Knights able to keep it going.
None able to pull it out of the net right there.
Skyhawks jumping out to the early lead, 1-0.
Went for the tip, couldn't pull it out of the net. The Knights tie it up.
Both teams are trying to get right over the front line of the defense.
And there's that cannon spike we talk about. If you don't see it, you hear it before it happens.
We'll have to get like StatCast one of these times and like check the velocity of that ball.
That would be amazing. Trying to get it back in. Momentum just took the ball the wrong direction.
Yep. Another ace there for the Skyhawks.
Now the Skyhawks move up 4-1. Knights need to stop the momentum here. You do not let the Skyhawks get on a roll. We've seen that in all 3 games. There's the set for the Knights.
Front line for the Skyhawks is just right there ready.
Huge shot by Seneca.
With the kill for the point. Serving for the Knights is going to be number 8, Seneca.
Need the Knights here to go on a little run.
Just found that sweet spot right
Yeah.
where the offense wasn't.
That soft little tip over the front line.
Number 7, Malia Brown, and number 1.
We see Havasu occasionally try that, but the Skyhawks back line just seems to cover those holes. Knights still not able to do that yet. Knights rallying on that one.
Cutting that lead to 2.
Serving for the Knights is going to be number 12, Maddie Dara.
Short on that serve.
Giving it right back to the Skyhawks. As well as a point as well.
Number 22, Elizabeth Rupp. And number 16, Ashlyn Campo. Campo will also have to serve.
That front line for the Skyhawks, again, just putting up like a wall. The Knights are having to hit past them, but usually to get them past it, they have to go out. It's a very fine line they're having to play.
Point for the Knights, 7-4.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 13, Gabby Gloria, and the libero, Carson Shepp is back in.
Taylor Thompson, the left-handed serve.
And worked its magic there. Shout out to Taylor Thompson, too. She ran over one of the little volleyballs they give away for production.
Yeah. Recognize.
Yep, production's beaming from ear to ear. Point for the Knights also. Yeah, turn out there's a little thank you message to production. Not so much to the announcers, but to production. So, yeah.
I know, we're the ones that say the names. We can.
And most of the time incorrectly, in my case. Oh, counts that as a double hit. Point going over to the Skyhawks. But again, the Knights trying to keep pace.
Yeah.
For the Skyhawks, number 11, Emmy Challenge.
I mean, 2 points separate both teams here. Knights still have an opportunity to get back this game. Nice little volley here going. Looked like the Knights were getting ready for them to set it up for another spike, and then like, nope, we're just going to tip it over.
Great job by both teams there, and like you said, still can go either way. If someone told the Knights that the #1 team was showing up, the Knights I don't think cared. They came to play, and they're playing with authority.
Ball goes out of bounds. Knights able to save that one.
You got a touch of the net, so it's a point over for the Skyhawks.
Ball called out, but touch of the net was the ruling.
Take some air out of the Knights' sail there. As
Knights were excited to be getting it back there. And they get it back on that shot. Again, want to thank everyone for joining us for Havasu Online TV here from the arena, where we've got the home team, the Havasu Knights, versus the #1 4A division team, the Skyhawks.
nice D there.
And this is a perfect example of what the meaning of not in my house, as the Knights are not going to go easy.
Number 18,
Yeah.
Stelter, and number 14, Caitlin Brown. Stelter will also be serving.
I have to say, if you've never been to a high school volleyball game, coming here to the arena and watching these Knights, the effort that they put out, it's just amazing.
It is. It really is. But we enjoy you joining us online. But you got one time, get in the car and come on out.
Yeah.
Including if you're out in Peoria. Make the drive. We appreciate it. Knights got the point.
Checking into the Knights is number 23, Ashlyn Tibbetts, who will also be serving.
Defender was able to get up there, but the deflection went where her teammates were not.
And the official has to give the deflection signal there, but we all heard it, we all saw it, and we all went, ow. Knights on the kill on that one.
Seneca's serve goes off the near line and out of bounds, so it's point over to the Knights.
Knights trying. Hopefully we can get the Knights to make one of those runs to close this lead. And
Exactly, Knights looking maybe to do it. Ace right there. Knights break it into double digits. A 5-point lead would energize this audience as well as the players. That's a tip, and that's all it took.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 21.
another substitution for the Skyhawks.
Amanda Hart. Serving for the Skyhawks looks to be number 15, Bailey Cushing.
Joanne chiming in, saying close game. Mike joining us saying one of our top fans saying go Knights.
There's that little tip again from the Skyhawks.
And the Knights pull it out. Keep it in play. Saves it one more time. Battle at the net, and again. Saves one more, and that is a shot in the arm that the Knights needed.
Yeah, that was a great effort by both teams.
There's something to be said that when a team can hang that long with one of the best teams in the league, it just gives you a boost in the arm. And the Skyhawks answering with their own.
Out of bounds. Point to the Skyhawks.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 7.
Jerry joining us also saying, go Knights. The Knights doing their best to hang with the Skyhawks. And the Knights, every point, they're hanging in on it. Looks like a double hit.
Those double hits are just killing the Knights.
Skyhawks look to be on that run that we see them break out to in about this time of the game.
Seems like anytime the Knights team has 11 points, the Skyhawks are like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, it's like a magic number. That hit the line. Great view from our camera. Timeout by the Knights. Skyhawks lead 19-11. We'll be back. We're Havasu Online TV.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Coach Thompson hoping that timeout is going to get things swinging in the Knights' direction.
Knights almost celebrated a little too early there.
Now, but that's the thing, we got to say, do either of these teams know the word quit? You know, I mean, I would have stopped 4 or 5 points way earlier. But these ladies on either side do not know how to stop.
Serve going into the net. Skyhawks are in that dangerous zone as they have 20 points now.
Skyhawks at 20.
Line drive of a serve there by the Skyhawks.
That one goes long.
Too much power there. Serve into the net.
A very rare serve into the net we've seen out of the Skyhawks. The Knights needing the 8-point streak here to tie it back up. Thompson in the serve, though, would be one that could do it.
There's that power spike there by the Skyhawks.
Ow!
Yeah.
Ow!
It's a good thing she doesn't have school tomorrow.
I know.
Be able to ice a hand.
Met there at the net and put it right back down on the Knights side.
(23-13) in favor of the Skyhawks. Game point now.
Game point for the Skyhawks. Knights need to get it here and run with it. Number 11 on the serve.
it goes off the Deer Valley. Blocked from out of bounds. Point over to the Knights.
You saw Skyhawks thought that capped the line just on the outside of it.
Knights lined up, ready for that spike.
Game 2 going to Deer Valley as the Knights now trail 0-2 in the series. We're live at the arena, Havasu Online TV, Knights versus the Skyhawks. We'll be back with Game 3 here in a little bit.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
So we want to thank everyone back for Game 3, Havasu versus Deer Valley. Knights versus Skyhawks. Knights looking and hoping to prevent a sweep.
Ace for the Knights.
That's how you started out. Huge shout out to our sponsors as we get our Anderson Auto Group, Mills Brothers Furniture, Papa John Pizza, Mojave Community College, Mojave Center for Dermatology and Plastics, Mercury Air Conditioning and Heating, Anderson Auto Group.
Knights able to defend that spike there. Too much power on that one as it goes out
Just
of bounds.
goes outside. But again, like you said, every point it's not just 1, 2, 3 done. It is 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, and they're hitting it with authority.
Another ball going out of bounds. Point for the Skyhawks.
Cats the corner on that one, just out of our camera view. Skyhawks moving up 3-1. Conversation between the officials.
Little rule discussion going on.
Going back and forth, and it looks like it comes into the Skyhawks' favor.
Skyhawks just not able to save that one as the Knights get another point.
Not able to save that one, but 4, 5, 6 efforts to try to get it back over. I know only 3 because it's volleyball, but they were giving it their all each time. That's how exactly you become number 1 in a division like 4A. But the Knights in game 3 now have tied it up 3-all.
3-3-3.
3-3-3. Looking to make it 4-3. Pulls it out, trying to get it over.
Successful.
And does. And the Knights make it 4-3. Now, we've been here a couple times where the Knights have given the first 2 away and then rallied back for 3. We might be into that for tonight, which would be great. Not enough power on it. And the Skyhawks coaches jump up calling the timeout as they want to talk to their team. It's 5-3, Knights lead. We'll be back. Havasu Online TV.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
We're back. Knights with the serve, looking to ice Seneca to try to break that momentum. Knights digging deep again to save it once more.
There's that strong spike coming in from the Skyhawks.
And again, that magic bullet worked again for the Skyhawks. Every time Havasu starts to get a rally, they call a timeout. But that was one of the first times we saw the coaching staff really talking intently to the Skyhawks. Telling them, don't let Havasu back in.
A little too strong there by the Knights.
Thompson, that left-hander. Sometimes having that left-handed hit throws them off. That's why they go to her so often.
Into the net.
The Skyhawks move ahead by 1. Battle at the net.
Riley Smith with the kill for the point.
Able to get the point back. Were the
Serving
Knights.
for the Knights, number 15, Tara Pierce. Serving for the Knights, number 12, Maddie Dara.
And this is what we've talked about with the Knights. Now they're hanging tough with the Skyhawks.
Skyhawks able to keep the ball in bounds there on the.
Backing in for the Skyhawks, number 2, Savannah Padilla, who will also be serving.
Short serve there. Knights able to respond though.
And respond and get the point right back. And here's what we've talked about with the varsity match. Back and forth, point for point.
Another point there by the Skyhawks.
Now by tradition, should be point Knights. Knights unable to pull it away.
Another point there for the Skyhawks, 9-7.
For the Knights, number 3, Olivia LeGrand.
That's what the Knights have been looking for.
Knights taking over.
Trisha cheering on the Knights, saying, "Go Lady Knights." Wow, that one looked almost off the chin.
Yeah.
Off the face on that one, according to production.
Just not able to get underneath the ball in the good spot.
Not quite the traditional way of playing we've seen from the Skyhawks. And there it is. There's the traditional.
There's the defense.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 14, Caitlin Brown. Serving for the Skyhawks is number 7, Malaya Reynolds.
Another defensive play there by the Skyhawks. That front line for the Skyhawks, they are not scared to go up there and battle for that ball.
No, they're not. Almost like the Knights are hitting it against the wall when they go up to hit.
Another point there by the Skyhawks. Gonna have a timeout here by Coach Thompson.
Timeout by the Knights. We're Havasu Online TV. Knights trailing 9-12 from the arena. We'll be back.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
We're back as the Skyhawks bring the ball over the net to the Knights, but the Knights able to respond back.
And
A
now,
little too
Knights
strong
get the
there
ball.
by the Skyhawks.
By the way, huge shout out to referee Roger Berger over there, who's refereeing after shoulder surgery. So, dedication from the officials as well.
Definitely. Skyhawks going for that little tip over, everybody.
Knights answer with a tip of their own.
Giving the point to the Knights. Skyhawk into the net.
Knights now within 1. Not giving up, still staying in this one.
Here they are, Havasu with 11 points. We'll have to see what happens this time.
As we said on the break, 11 seems to be the magic number that turns the Skyhawks into this almost overpowering force.
Out of bounds.
The Knights even it up, 12-12. Knights get the corner on that one.
Knights taking the lead.
Which is a rarity in this point of the game.
Yeah.
But this is what we talked about earlier. The Knights sometimes don't know when to stop. And that could be a huge benefit for them. There's that curse of that double hit again. Makes it 13-13.
It's all right. Knights, there's still plenty of time. 8 points to go. Well, more than 8 points. I can't do math tonight. 12 points.
Still lots of time.
Nice D there by the Knights.
Again by both teams. Skyhawks keeping it in. That one getting awarded to the Knights. And you hear the Knights bench erupt on that one as they pull the lead again, 14-13.
Some great effort there by the Knights defense and also the Skyhawks.
Out on that. You know, most teams would have looked at losing 2 in a row, being down by that much and said, okay, we're just going to cruise control this one in. But the Knights looked at it and said, we're just getting started.
Another ace.
Ace pulling up 16. Knights needing to keep this energy up. Unable to pull that one in.
Another point to the Skyhawks.
Serving for the Skyhawks, switch to number 15, Bailey Cruces.
Going backwards, but they pull it out. Keep it in play. Again, another save. Coming back. Knights having to fire it over. There was a tip. We heard it, so did the official. Knights move up 17-14.
The thing with volleyball is the action is so exciting. You can't like talk about it. You're like, well, just watch. Seneca with the ace
on that one. What I'm enjoying is if you watch the audience, they're going back and forth with the ball as well. Knights looking to get this win. 18-14. Oh, long on that one.
A little too much power there.
18-15 now, Knights for the first time in the lead out of all 3 games since the freshman won the first lead the Havasus enjoyed. In the latter part of the game, looking to get this 3rd one, take it to game 4.
blocked
tried
there
to do
by
the
the
save.
Skyhawks.
You know, and you heard those bodies hit the floor on that one. That's giving it your all.
Knights answer back. 19-16.
It seems like the longer this has gone now, it's favoring the Knights. As we said earlier, they just don't know when to stop. They're here for 3 games, and they're playing it with all their heart. Almost seemed like a couple miscues there on both teams.
Knights able to tip it over. 20-16 in favor of the Knights. Knights are saying, yes, it's close to Halloween, but put the brooms away.
No sweep here.
Knights able to save it on that one.
Contact with the net. So that goes to the Knights 21-16. And you hear the Skyhawks coach jump up and say timeout as she wants to change the pace of this game. We're Havasu Online TV. We'll be back from the arena.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
So the Knights on a run, looking to call it here. Contact, and the Knights keep it alive.
Another point for the Knights. Those Skyhawks just keep going into the net.
Coach was hoping to ice the server. There's that second effort by Havasu to get it over. That's been one of the key elements in this last run. That one going to the Skyhawks.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 2, Savannah Padilla, and number 22.
Now one of the runs here is something you worry about with the Skyhawks. We know their team can do a 8-9 point run. It's up to the Knights to stop it.
That's one way to do it.
That's one way to do it, like you said. Going with Thompson. Production's cheering here. Production wants, since Thompson gave her the ball, Production wants her to win it here for her.
Thompson's number 1. Literally. She's wearing number 1.
That's going the other direction, and the Knights have a game point for the first time out of all of the games.
All right, Knight fans, you know what to do. It's game point. Make some noise.
Crowd getting into it.
Thompson with a good serve. And the Knights get it.
It's game 3.
Game 3, so we're going to be back with game 4 as the Knights prevent the sweep. Knights win 25-17. We're from the arena. We're Havasu Online TV.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Occasion gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
All right, we're back for game 4. Unlike the scoreboard says, it is 1-2. Havasu looking to tie it up 2 apiece. And after what we saw that time, they could.
Yeah, carry that momentum into this game and playing some great defense, communicate. Good save there by the
Fires it right back.
Oh.
Oh.
Out of bounds.
Skyhawks start off with the point. And you knew the Skyhawks were going to come back swinging for the fences on this one. It's up to the Knights to keep their head in the game. That's an ace.
Ace for the Skyhawks. They even tried to take out the camera over there on the other side.
That's not our camera, so
no.
That's okay.
All right.
We'll let that camera be taken out. Joanne chiming in. The last one was an awesome victory for the Knights. And that block goes out.
Serving for the Knights is going to be number 5, Reese Myers.
Myers trying to keep the Knights in here.
Keeps it in.
Out of bounds.
2-all. And the Knights are firing on all cylinders again.
Now, that hit going off the net changes the direction of the ball as you're going one way. You're like, no!
Yeah, she was zeroed in for where it was going to go originally until it tipped the net.
Out of bounds off the Skyhawks.
I do not know how these young ladies are hitting it this hard 2 hours later into the match.
Very impressive. Seneca serving it for the Knights.
Goes for the touch. Pulled up out of our camera.
Knights able to save that one. Nice spike there by
Huge
the
one.
Knights.
Coach Thompson jumps out of her seat on that one. Hugely excited on that.
That was some exciting volleyball there.
Well, now it seems the shoe's in the other foot. The Knights are the ones doing the spikes, and the Skyhawks are the ones on the defensive end.
Out of bounds. Another point for the Knights.
The Knights now move up 5-3. And the Knights win that one at the net.
Nice defense there by the Knights. Substitution for the Skyhawks.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 6, Sam Gloria.
As the Skyhawks trying to find a combination to break this Knights momentum. Gets it back over with that second effort.
Oh, tip right back down onto the Knights defense there.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 7, Leah Brown. Number 1, Avery Dunn. Number 20, Lily Gant.
Multiple substitutions for the Skyhawks.
Both coaches getting animated on both sides.
Taylor Thompson with the clear for the point.
Thompson able to get over the net.
For the Knights, number 15, Tara Pierce. Number 11, Carly Cordero.
You know, we're in game 4, and they are playing both teams like it's game 1, point 1. Now giving up, full of energy, everyone a second or third effort.
Power spike there by the Skyhawks.
Now we know it's a good sounding spike when it registers on our microphone system.
Number 3, Olivia LeGrand. Serving for the Skyhawks is number 9, Savannah Davis.
Ace on that one, right into no man's land. Knights
One thing I want to point out here is, like, you look at the Skyhawks team, their bench is completely full to where the Knights have 3 girls on their bench. So for the Knights to keep up this momentum and staying up with the number 1 team in 4A,
exactly.
Very impressive. Tip there by the Knights.
Knights get the points.
Skyhawks once again going into the net.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 5, Kelsey Shutt. Serving for the Knights, number 1, Taylor Thompson.
Nice dig there by the Knights.
Amazing attempt at a save by the Knights there.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 11, Emmy Fellens, who will also have the serve.
Trying to get it back over.
A little too strong there by the Knights.
So the Skyhawks now take the lead 9-8. The Knights do not want to let the Skyhawks start getting away in that lead.
Nice.
And gets it back in.
A tip there by the Knights. Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Point for the Knights. I think the audience didn't know what happened there because there's like 4 or 5 times we just quit breathing.
If you are not on the edge of your seat during this game,
you don't have a seat.
No.
Ryland serve handed right back to the Skyhawks.
Stelter and number 14, Brown. Stelter will also have to serve.
Tip there by the Knights, able to find where nobody's at.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Checking in for the Knights, number 23, Ashlyn Tibbetts will also be serving. Serving for the Knights is number 12, Maddie Guerra.
Good save there by the Knights again.
That's a double hit on the Knights.
Double hit on the Knights.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 9.
That's all I can say.
Serving for the Skyhawks, number 5, Carson Chuck.
With authority.
With the payload for the point.
And here we are at 11-11. This was the key last time. The Knights took off when they got to 11. We'll have to see which one the magic is for this time.
Another ace for Myers.
That's exactly what the Knights need to see at this moment. Get the momentum going in their direction. Take it to game 5.
Knights not able to save that one. Another point for the Skyhawks.
Number 20, Lily Pierce.
Knights able to.
With the payload for the point.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, like they're able to get back over that defensive wall again of the Skyhawks.
And as we go on, the Knights just seem to be more and more in focus, more in tune. They're seeing more options. They're seeing more plays. Up by 2. Miscommunication there.
Miscommunication for the Knights.
Missed opportunity.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 1, Avery Dunn, and number 7, Malaya Reynolds. Dunn will have the serve.
Some fresh legs coming in for the Skyhawks.
Again, that deep bench you were talking about earlier. But you see right now, in my opinion, the small bench of Havasu is favoring him as the girls are in sync with each other, and they're now getting into that rhythm to where they're giving the Skyhawks a true challenge. And no matter what combination you put up, you've got Pierce, you've got Seneca, you've got Thompson, and they're working as a unit.
Another point for the Knights.
The ladies find themselves up 16-13.
And timeout
by the Skyhawks. And the Skyhawks now taking defensive timeouts. We're Habs Online TV. We'll be back with more from the arena.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Occasion gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
That's right, we're back, game 4. The Knights keeping it alive, not letting time ice them. And we got to tell you, 17-13. The Knights are ready. Oh, little ball confusion there.
Knights just want to score 2 points.
I was always superstition back when I played tennis about which ball I had in play.
Little battle there at the net. And
Skyhawks
able
pull
to
it
win.
out.
That's a game for the Skyhawks, number 22, Elizabeth Brett.
14-17. And again, like we said in game 3,
Olivia LeBron.
you don't count the Skyhawks out here.
No.
Savannah Davis.
That was a perfect situation where I think Thompson, being left-handed, played to their advantage. They were looking for something from the right. It came from the left. They weren't expecting it.
Now she's serving.
And how many times tonight have we seen the Skyhawks bump, set, spike with authority like that?
Yep. The ball called inbound, so point to the Skyhawks. There's that defensive wall.
Tried for a dump over, and sure enough, the wall was there. Number 11 was one of their leading servers in one of the past games.
Nice save by the Knights. Out of bounds. 19-16 in favor of the Knights.
You know, there's only 2 girls on that bench right now because the other one's getting the ball, but you think that bench is full by the way they're screaming for their teammates.
Oh, yeah.
Going the other direction. Skyhawks can't get to it. Coach Thompson, average hair. Timeout again by the Skyhawks. The Knights have them on the ropes. We'll be back. We're Havasu Online TV from the arena.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
We're back. Again, timeout called by the Skyhawks, and it doesn't ice them again as Coach Thompson's team is right now looking almost unstoppable.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds there. You know, any way this falls, the Knights have to look at this whole night as a solid victory in their ability as a team. And that one goes against the wall. Knights are up 22-17.
Couple substitutions there for the Knights. Trying to keep this momentum going.
Keeping it in. That's going to be a set spike. But the Knights don't give up. The Knights pull within 2 of game point.
Skyhawks going for that tip over the net, but the Knights able to respond.
And with the block. And really, the Skyhawk bench is quiet. The coaches are sitting there, and you hear it. The Knights are erupting. Not that one goes off to the bench. But now the Skyhawks in a defensive position. They have to run all the way to 26 to win this one. 8 unanswered points.
There's that defensive wall again for the Skyhawks.
Knights in the perfect placement to block that one there, to keep it around.
Out of bounds. Game point for the
And everyone erupts. The Knights answer 2 now, tied 2-2. We're going to game 5. We're going to go before they start the music. We're Havasu Online TV from the arena where the Knights have tied it up 2 apiece against the number 1 team in 4A division.
Impressive.
We'll be back.
Wow.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
All right, so we're now into game 5. The Skyhawks have the serve. Game 5, from what we understand, only goes to 15 points. But like the commercial we just aired, it's hard to stop a train, and right now the Knights are on that train. They've got the Skyhawks against the wall.
Out of bounds.
That was key. That was huge on that play.
Myers just a little too excited there on her serve.
I think these first 2 rounds are going to be a couple, getting the nerves calm. It's going to be who falls in sync first. Skyhawks pull that one out, but how many times did we think that one was over right there. And it's not that we don't have anything to say. These girls are leaving us speechless.
A little too strong there again by the Knights.
Skyhawks bench starting to get fired up. Knights need to bring it down a little bit, find their focus, find that rhythm again, get excited.
Thompson a little too strong
calling
there
the
with left
timeout
hand.
right now. She wants to calm them down, and that's exactly what you want to do. We're Havasu on TV. We'll be back. Game 5, Skyhawks versus the Knights.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
There's the serve.
That defensive wall again for the Skyhawks.
Only needing 15 points to win Game 5. Skyhawks now need 10. Knights need 14.
Knights able to keep it over. Out of bounds.
Out it was. Some people in the audience were screaming that one was a push, but the rest didn't call it. Now 2-5. We've called her Ace Seneca multiple times. This is where she needs to really pour it on here.
Skyhawks able to keep that one in. Tipped there by the Knights.
They're going to call that one a pushover, and the Knights pull that point away. 3-5. Knights trying to get that momentum back. Keeping it alive.
Keeping it over. That
Putting it back at him. That was
able to keep it alive still.
And again, some in the audience calling that one a push. Oh, and the
into
Knights
the
just
net.
missed it on the hand.
Checking in for the Skyhawks, number 7.
You know, you're hearing a few people in the audience calling it pushes that are coming over by the Skyhawks. We're looking at 3-6. Either way, like we said, hugely exciting game.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds on that one. It is amazing. You see a Skyhawk hit that ball, you know that ball now is back in play. They just have to get a hand on it.
Yeah. Into the net it goes.
You heard the bench screaming out, 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 out. They did not want her to get that one. She thought it was coming in. Knights pull within one.
It's where the players on the court need to trust their teammates as they're telling them to
tip the net and rolled over for an ace. We were worried that one was actually not going to make it, but just rolled over.
Knights gain that momentum, swinging back their way.
Knights have tied it up.
Out of bounds again.
Called out of bounds. Ooh, Skyhawks bench jumping out, saying no.
They saw chalk.
It's paint.
Oh, that's true.
But that one bounces off the net.
7-7.
Emotions are going high on both sides. And the thing is, both teams have done absolutely amazing. Right in the dead zone.
Kill there by the Knights.
And the thing is, if you look at the bench, no one, I don't know about the stands, no one is moving. They are glued to this game.
Inbounds there. You know, the fifth game's supposed to go to 15, but the way these two teams are playing, I'm saying it's going to go 25.
You definitely think so. They're not giving up. Heading the wrong direction. Can the Knights get it back over?
A little miscommunication there by the Knights. Nobody there.
Knights take a timeout, hoping to get it together. We'll be back. We're Havasu Online TV.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Skyhawks serving the ball.
Again, just you can count on the Skyhawks. If they get their hand on the ball, it's going to stay in play.
Point to the Skyhawks.
They called that one that the Knights went to push it back. The Knights players saying that they hit it. Knights trying to keep a hold of it. Substitutions coming in.
11-8 in favor of the Skyhawks.
And the 11, that a magic number. Are they going to get to the 15? Can the Knights bring it back in? Trying to keep it alive. Ruled out.
It's a little too strong there by the Knights.
8-12. But I can't rule either team out right now.
Whoa. There's the
and that's exactly why.
Nice block there by the Knights.
Senior Taylor Purse just blocked that and put it into the ground. Again, just getting it over. Amazing save by the Knights once more.
Can't
get it over the net. Nettie Robinson saying, "Go Lady Knights." One of our top fans chiming in. You're watching Game 5. The Knights versus the Skyhawks. The Skyhawks #1 in Division 4A. The Knights hanging with them.
Skyhawks able to place it where no Knights are.
This is point 15, game point in game 5.
For the Knights, number 12.
The Knights now are on complete defense.
Out of bounds. Knights still alive.
Looking for a timeout. The Skyhawks call for a timeout. It's game point, Skyhawks versus the Knights. We'll be back from the arena, game 5.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
Inbounds. Skyhawks
That
hit
was
the game.
inbounds. We came back from commercial break.
3-2.
3-2, but still victory for the Knights as they're able to take the number 1 team.
3-2, 15-10. That was a great showing against the number 1 team in the division.
Well played by both teams.
Exactly. Huge victory for the girls on their 2 games. Now they've got copyright music going in the background, so we're going to have to cut it short. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're Havasu Online TV, live from the arena with an amazing night of Knights volleyball action.